Al, we played a lot of games recently.
We did play a lot. Lately.
Oh,
What?
the connection is like, we did play a lot.
We played a lot
It's
of
like,
games recently.
whoa.
We played many games
We did
recently.
play
Yes,
many,
we
many games
did.
recently. And we're going to talk about them because we're gonna have just a nice chill episode. Real chill.
Do you need a bag? I have a bag.
Yeah, you should have the bag.
All right,
Do
let
the
me
bag
grab this.
thing.
Let me grab this bag while you're talking.
Hello, welcome to this week's episode of the seasonal anime Checkup OVA. It's a podcast where we have conversations about video games, anime, manga. Hello, I'm Jared, joined as always by the sickly Doc Al Anne Ladyem.
Hello.
For listeners who haven't been with us for a long time, there used to be a good running gag where every couple of episodes Al was just sick for whatever reason because her body is just terrible and hates her.
It's true.
So welcome back to the funness of being sick with Al.
Al is sick. Al works at a university still.
You do.
So
That hasn't changed.
I'm exposed to germs.
It's true. You just need to bathe in sanitizer.
I mean, I used so much hand sanitizer today because I kept sneezing everywhere.
Oh God.
It was terrible.
Anytime I think of hand sanitizer,
Sanitize that
Yeah.
sand.
I'm reminded of the time I was really dumb with hand sanitizer.
Oh no.
So this was back when I was working at a Walmart, which is a terrible job.
Oof.
I was like cleaning up some mess and like somehow I like basically ripped the skin open on my hand.
Oh, and then you put hand sanitizer on the open
And then I
wound.
was like, oh, this is fine. Let me just get some hand sanitizer. Immediately
Yep.
Regrets. When I did that, I literally just stopped in my tracks like,
Regrets.
That is a burning sensation I've never felt before in my life.
Yeah, you get the same kind of thing if you have an open wound and you're messing with like lemon juice.
Yeah. I was like, oh boy.
Yeah, it goes away eventually, but it does suck at the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was not pleasant. But that's my hand sanitizer story. So anytime I use hand sanitizer, I'm like, oh, yikes. Reminded of this.
So you used hand sanitizer with glitter when you were hanging out with me, which brings us to
I did.
you played all these games when you were hanging out with me.
It's true.
Yay.
I was like, play these games with me, and you're like, okay.
I mean, yeah, I like playing games.
So that of course that means
You ready for the bag?
it's time to open up the grab bag.
I have a paper bag.
we're low budget this week.
Just because this is Maxwell's favorite bag.
He's like, what do you do with my bag?
I put the balls in it, and now I'm gonna take the balls out, and then I'm gonna throw the bag back on the floor.
Welcome back to the grab bag. Here we go.
We just reached in to bring out a bunch of games.
A bunch of weird games. Yes, welcome to the Alabama games.
What? No.
It's like the Olympic Games, but they were held in Alabama and we played games.
That's what you mean. I understand now.
What did we say we were? You had an idea of what we were starting. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about Captain Ted, or for the normal people out there, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. Yeah. How did we come up with calling Toad Ted all the time? Was it something like dumb I said, or?
I think it was an autocorrect.
Okay, that makes sense.
I think it was an autocorrect that somebody was typing Captain Toad and it became Captain Ted, and we thought it was funny. And then we just became like aggressively angry at Ted all the time.
He's a jerk in Mario Kart, so he just became like, "Oh, Ted, get out of here, you jerk."
Ted, you're the worst.
He's a terrible person. So yeah, we. Wait. Sorry.
Wait, does that make her TED-ette?
TED-ette, yes.
Nice.
She's gonna give her TEDx talk at TED-ette. Or TED-ette talk.
Oh my God.
Yes, exactly.
Nice.
Hey. We'd been mentioning kind of wanting to do this since we saw like that recent direct where they're like, hey, we added in co-op to Captain Ted, and we're like, oh, that's cool, we should do that. And then it was like, oh, by the way, it's local only.
Yep.
So good luck. But luckily we were actually in the vicinity of being local, so we got to do some cooperative Captain Ted, which was a fun experience because that was the first time I played that game. Well, like I guess technically second because I played the demo, but like first time actually getting into like the nuts and bolts of it. Mm-hmm. But all that co-op stuff works really really well.
Yes. I had it on the Wii U, and then I played it again when it came out on the Switch, and I played everything except for I could never beat that 50 level area, so that sucked. But yeah, the co-op was a lot of fun.
We got you through that one section that you'd had immense troubles with, dating back to when the game initially came out.
I mean, it's like 50 levels that you have to do without dying, and it's hard, and they're like, they just throw everything at you.
It's something like even doing it co-op, it wasn't like a walk in the park. It still took us quite a few times just to get through it. But we got through it. You got your crown.
I got a crown.
You did the thing.
Yay. And we got to do, we just kind of like went through several levels. We didn't like go through the actual like story of it.
We just kind of bounced around here and there, yeah.
Yeah. I accidentally like had you start at like a boss. Which was a mistake, but it was okay.
Yeah, it worked out. And then we just basically just goofed around and played a bunch of those levels while waiting to watch JoJo. We found various ways that you could grief your co-op partner. Just real dumb stuff.
What was your favorite?
I think when you could like highlight the blocks and make them like go in and out, and just like I just kept like you were like, okay, I'm gonna go up this way. Nope, changing it. And just constantly doing that.
I wanted to fight you.
That's how you know it's good.
It's such a casual game. Like it really is. It's so chill, but then like
you add the element of another person and it just becomes chaos.
You made me want to murder.
So yeah, that was the one thing we did.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure the other levels are up now, but I haven't played them yet. I think they are, yeah. I'll have to check them out.
Because we played like the preview level of the DLC stuff, and
it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, Captain Ted. Like I said, it's a really chill game. Like to get all the things, it ends up being a lot. Like you'll take some time to do, but if you just like casually play through it, you're gonna have like a super fun time and not be super duper stressed out, unless you're playing with Jared and he's trying to like block you from going anywhere.
Well, it's fun. I think the only thing I kind of didn't see in that when we were playing was like the Odyssey levels, because I don't think we really dived into those at all. But you know, for the most part, it's still got like a good hankering of what that game pretty much is. So, but that wasn't the only thing we did. We were cooperative together with. We
did a few things cooperative.
We did. We played a bunch of Sailor Moon games.
We did play a bunch of Sailor Moon games. I don't know which ones, but we played them.
We played a lot of them. I have them all set up for us. We played the first one in the game series, I guess I should say, which is just literally Sailor Moon, which is a side-scrolling beat 'em up.
Yeah.
Basically takes place around the first season of the original anime. Also, weirdly enough, was developed by famed fighting game developers Arc System Works.
Wild.
Which is strange. But yeah, like it's a very kind of like standard beat 'em up of the time. Not a whole lot like really to it. You have like,
I mean, we did figure out we could do special moves like at the final level.
Very end. Yeah, we're like, let's look up a fact and see if we can do anything cool. And it was like, oh, there's a little bit more you can do to this. But like really, there's not a whole lot to it. It's just like, you know, you have like a punch and a kick. You can hold down an attack and do like a special charge attack. You can like do jump kicks and stuff like that, and that's pretty much the extent of it.
Yep. But they were what on the NES, so you didn't have many buttons.
The Super Nintendo, please.
Super Nintendo. Okay, sorry.
There was more buttons.
There are a few more buttons.
Yeah. So yeah, we basically got through most of that. We got all the way up to Queen Barrel, and then like I died, and it was just Al, and she unfortunately.
I almost did it.
You almost did it, and it would have been really
I almost
rad.
did it, but I didn't.
But we failed.
Which you were playing as Jupes, and I was playing as Sailor Moon, and it was great because you could like suplex people and stuff.
You could. It was real good. I was just doing wrestling moves the entire time. There's also a Genesis version of this game, which is different, which is weird to say. Like some of the graphics and the stages are different. The music's all completely different. There's a different final boss, and they added like I think a harder difficulty as well. But it is like it's the same style of game. It's still a beat 'em up, but yeah. That's not even counting the weird arcade version of this that's out there. That's completely different, but still a beat 'em up. But also pretty cool. Then we played the sequel, which was Sailor Moon R, which of course takes place after the second season. The interesting thing about these games is that the first game came out in August of 1993. The sequel, Sailor Moon R, came out in December of 1993.
Oh.
This one, though, not made by Arc System Works. It was developed internally by Bandai. But pretty much the same ideal. It's another side-scrolling beat 'em up. Chibi Moon's in there. You can play as her in like her own specific mode. The enemies make a whole lot more sense in this game than they do in the first game. They kind of fit the motif of like the show and everything. There's like little cutscenes and stuff.
But there's like weird enemies in this game. Like you have the like ladies with the electrical sticks.
Yes.
And you have like the big like fat dudes that roll at you. There were some other ones. There was like the ones with the big shoulder pads.
But I feel like those make more sense in terms.
They're way more. They make way more sense than like the weird leopard guys. Yeah. Or whatever those were.
The first game has just like generic Sentai enemies, and this one's like, I could see these being in this show. Once again, we got to the end of the game. We got to face what's his face?
Matt Mercer.
We got to face Matt Mercer. And it was the same case where I died and you had to carry it all the way to the end.
And I died again.
Yeah.
And again, I got close. But I still couldn't pull it off.
Well, the bad thing about that boss fight was that like you have to fight him and also like
his ladies.
The ladies who like just like melt into the floor and are really hard to kill.
The goo ladies. Yeah. They're so hard.
That was not fun. Also, the weird thing about this game is that like it has a 1v1 fighting mode in it.
Yeah, that was weird.
But they don't like change any of the gameplay. It's still like the beat 'em up gameplay, but it's a fighting game and it's not good.
It's not good.
It's very, very bizarre. Then after this, they basically stopped making beat 'em ups.
Yeah.
After season 2, so that means we played Sailor Moon S. Here's some Japanese. Jougai Rantou Shuyaku Soudatsusen, or Sailor Moon S Out of Bounds Brawl Protagonist Competition. This takes place basically in the third season, so you get like all of the third season characters. So it's the main 5, Chibi Moon, and then the outer Senshias are there as well. And then this is a fighting game.
Yep.
Which apparently has some ties to Arc System Works, apparently, because there's a bunch of, I guess, Arc System Works people who were working around that time are in the credits of this game. So I guess some of them worked on this, which is interesting that 25 years ago we got a Sailor Moon Arc System Works game. Or a fighting game, I should say.
Which one thing that's weird about this is like Chibi Sprite is very, very odd.
She is very tiny.
She's so weird looking.
She is very much a hitbox character where you really gotta make sure you're actually hitting her because she's so tiny. Apparently, the plot of this game is basically a contest to determine who the true leader of the Guardians are.
What? That would never happen.
That's what this game is.
But that would literally never happen.
No,
They're
of
all
course
like,
not.
Yes, it's Usagi.
Yeah. But as a fighting game, I think it's really fun. Like it works really well. It's fast paced. There's enough variety in the moves you can do. They pretty much kind of follow like the Street Fighter formula, where a lot of the characters have like quarter circles and all that sort of stuff. There's some charge characters here and there. But yeah, like it's a very competent fighting game, especially in an era where like, you know, there's a lot of bad fighting games out there, and especially when you get into like licenses and all that sort of stuff. So this is kind of like one of the rare exceptions to that rule.
Which I got my ass handed to me a lot in this. Partially because I was just trying to figure out like what kinds of characters there were, and then I got to Neptune, and I was like, all right, apparently I'm just good as her, and like wrecked you, and it was awesome. It made me really happy because otherwise I was just getting like my ass handed to me.
Of course, you're forgetting the best part about playing as her, though. When you win,
she can aggressively violin.
When you win, she aggressively violins at you, which is real good. So yeah, that's a fun fighting game. Then we moved on to the fourth season. We played Sailor Moon Super S Fuwa Fuwa Panic, which is a puzzle game.
Oh my god.
Also, this game has a sequel called Fuwa Fuwa Panic 2, if you ever want to get into that. I think there's also like a Sailor Moon S puzzle game as well, which, sure. I don't understand how this game works, and you just completely destroyed me every time.
I kept winning, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know what I was doing either. It was just like
it felt like a Dr. Mario Bejeweled type game.
Yeah.
And so that's how I was playing it, and I kept winning, but I don't know how I kept winning. It didn't make a whole lot of sense, but I was like, sure, fine. It's
essentially you're like getting balloons together and popping them. That's the gist of the game.
Yep.
But I was just terrible at it, so I just played like trash. So there's that. You just completely destroyed. We played like a few rounds, and you just destroyed me every time. And I was like, I don't know.
Like, at least with the fighting game, every once in a while, I would get like a win in. So I'm like, all right, you know, this is a little bit more even. But that one, I was like, I don't want to play this anymore.
It doesn't help when neither of us are like, do you know what you're doing? No. Do you know what you're doing? No. Like, oh boy.
There was a little like tuxedo mask. It was kind of like the referee though. That was
Sure. And I believe that was it for our Sailor Moon endeavors.
It was fun though.
Yeah. We basically I think played all of the games I have on my NES Classic except the Genesis Sailor Moon original game, and then Sailor Moon Another Story, which eventually we will probably talk about because it's a good ass JRPG that they made, and also like you can't really do a JRPG in a tiny sitting like we were doing.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't have worked.
So yeah, there was those. We also dived into some Donkey Kong Country too at some point.
We did.
Which was that was like the first time I had played that game in probably like at least 20 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I've played it a lot more recently. Like at least a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I played the heck out of those games when I was a kid because I had all three of the Donkey Kong Country trilogy. But then like
I did too.
Once I got like other systems, they kind of fell by the wayside, and I don't have those copies of those games anymore, so I haven't really been able to play it in a long time.
So the requirement for us playing this is that I told you I had to play as Dixie.
Mm-hmm.
I was not going to play if I had to play as Diddy.
I mean, she is the better character.
She is the better character.
Also, for clarification's sake, the subtitle of the game is Diddy's Kong Quest.
What?
Not Diddy Kong's Quest.
Diddy's Kong Quest?
Yes.
Oh, maybe they're saying like conquest, like as
it's a play on words, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But it is not Diddy Kong's Quest. It's Diddy's Conquest.
I've never noticed that.
It's one of those things that like you never like realize until you look at it and you're like, wait a minute.
Is that like the whole like Berenstain Bears
Yeah, basically. So yeah, we basically played a little bit of this. We got through like the first area and then kind of a little bit into the second area. A little bit rusty on our platforming maybe, but
Hey, I did all right.
you did all right. I was
Except
rusty.
for like dunking myself into the lava a few times.
That was so ridiculous. Because we're trying to beat this like bonus section and we keep just messing up and it's just us just like
It was really annoying.
It really was. I feel like I remember. I'm pretty sure I beat this game, but like I feel like I remember like the end game of it the least out of like the three. So I remember like obviously like the first game ends with like the boat and everything, and then the fake out credits and all that stuff, and then 3 is just like I don't know, buy some vehicles and do like random and stuff will happen. I feel like Donkey Kong Country 3 is like kind of the epitome of like that era of like going on the playground and be like, hey, did you hear if you do this in this game, something crazy will happen? Because there's like stuff in there. It's like move around this like mountain 3 times and then it'll just change appearances and some secret thing will come up.
Yeah.
It's like that kind of weird stuff and like sure.
In the era before like game FAQs, like how did you find that out type things.
Yeah.
And like game magazines and just messing around in the game and accidentally making it trigger.
Totally.
And then trying to remember what the heck you actually did to make it trigger.
Exactly.
I will say though, and I know that this may be somewhat of a controversial statement.
Whoa.
Yeah. I think the art was really cool for the time. Like the way that they actually made it look sort of like claymation-ish was kind of neat. I liked that art style. Less controversial. This soundtrack is phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
It is so good.
I will say that like I think like the art style hasn't aged particularly well. Mostly just because like you look at it now and like compare it to like what else was coming out in the time of like, you know, actual 3D games. It is a little like you can like, oh, they were doing some like sleight of hand work here to make this look a little bit better than like what the Super Nintendo really could do. So like I think that kind of like it does a little bit of like hindering to it, but like you said, like they do some very interesting things with like the way it looks, like the animations and all that sort of stuff. But it is kind of like it has like that detriment of like once you put it on like a good TV, it's like, oh,
I thought it looked fine.
a little rougher than I remember. But yeah, like that soundtrack is A+, real good.
My TV's like it's bigger than I am.
I mean, a lot of things are bigger than you.
Yeah, but like in terms of a TV, that's a pretty big TV.
Yeah.
And like it looked fine, I think.
Yeah.
We got through it anyway, other than like, you know, falling in the lava 15 times in a row.
We did. Also, we remembered that like, hey, these games don't have like auto saves or anything. It's like, oh, you got to go find the person who saves for you.
Yeah, that was
it's
a
like,
problem.
Oh.
So we're just like, well, never mind. Time to do a
save state.
A save state.
So there's that. I feel like the Japanese version of the name of the game really kind of does not have the same nameplay that the US version does, considering it's just Super Donkey Kong 2, Dixie and Diddy.
Well,
that's it.
Yikes.
That's all you need.
I mean, they could have done better.
Nope.
Yeah, they could have done better. But it was fun, and like that game was legit like a massive part of my childhood.
Same.
I loved it.
Same.
And also one thing that was cool about that is that, you know, I had an older brother. I still have an older brother. He exists still. But 2-player games
Mhm.
were always really, really fun for us because we could both play as opposed to like having to argue over whether like I could have the Super Nintendo or he could have the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, I remember like me and my sister getting like real into these games as well.
Yeah. These and like the Sonic games so I could play as Tails.
I don't have that same nostalgia because I never had a Genesis, so I never got into those
Oh
Sonic games.
no.
That was the weird thing about like finally going back and like playing like Sonic 1 like in 2006, being like, this is the game everyone's like real excited about? Huh. Okay. Mario's better.
It was neat at the time.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like it's one of those things like you go back to. I like for me coming to it years later. I just like I don't see what the big deal is.
Sonic 2 was better.
Have you played Super Mario World?
um, which we were. This is gonna sound like somewhat elitist, I guess. We were kids that had both a Genesis and a Super Nintendo,
Mm-hmm.
so we kind of had like best of both worlds there.
Right.
It worked out really well for us because one, like, if one of us wanted to play something, like we could play it on the other TV as opposed to like having to fight over the console. But then we had good moments where we would like share Link to the Past and put out like big maps that we had drawn and figure out like write down what kinds of puzzle solutions and all. So my brother and I were always like somewhat getting along about video games.
Somewhat.
Yeah, I mean Keller and I still bond over video games.
It's true. So yeah, we played some Donkey Kong Country.
We did. It was fun.
I mean, we also played the greatest game on the NES Classic, the SquareSoft Mode 7 tech demo.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
It's just a tech demo to show that they could do Mode 7.
Oh, okay.
That's literally all it is. Oh, and I also showed you the weird version of Super Mario Brothers on the disc system.
Yeah.
That's like based off of like this late night Japanese TV host. It's real weird. You find some weird things when you go down the dark alleys of the Famicom disc system. But we also played one more game, which was not cooperative, but we both played it.
Yep.
And
it's hard.
Fans of our content may know that we are currently watching K-On! For Jared and I'll watch.
Yep.
Making our way through that. And
Downtown.
I happen to have a copy of the lone K-On! Game that they put out. And I was like, hey, I should bring this with me, and we could play that, because that would be fun. It's like, you don't know I have this, so that would be a good goof and surprise.
I did not know that.
Mm-hmm. So we played K-On! After School Live, or K-On! Houkago Live. We played the HD version, because this was originally a PSP game, and then they re-released it on the PS3 as an HD version, which is literally just, hey, we put it on the PS3 and didn't really do anything else. So like it's very bizarre. Like it doesn't fit the entire TV screen, and then basically everything is just like it's got like PSP like menus in it. It's really
has an alarm clock.
It has an alarm clock. It has an alarm clock. There's literally an option for you to do like ad hoc multiplayer.
Yeah.
Which is wild. So this game was put out by Sega. The fine folks at Sega. Made off of the Project Diva engine, the Hatsune Miku games. Basically they kind of modified it a little bit, but it's one of those kinds of rhythm games, and you play through songs from the series, mostly like season 1 stuff, because this game came out in 2010, basically a year after the first season had come out. So you get to play a bunch of songs, and you get to play as all the girls. Basically, you choose one, and that's how you play a song and all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
So yeah.
This game's hard.
It is not an easy thing to come to, like, initially. It is not a hold your hand rhythm game.
It's not. And like, I'm not good at rhythm games where you have to use your feet or anything, but I'm pretty okay at rhythm games where like you use a controller typically. Like I usually do okay. Like I can reliably do expert and master in Love Live's School Idol Festival now, which is an improvement from last time that we talked about.
It's true.
The game on the podcast. You know, I can do hard pretty reliably on like the dancing games for Persona. Like I'm not bad at rhythm games. I was bad at this game. I was very bad at it, and I wasn't understanding why I was so bad at it.
I think it's like it could be like a multitude of things. Like the Project Diva games are pretty like not forgiving.
Yeah.
To begin with, you're playing an up-res PSP game.
Okay. Yeah.
And you're playing it on you're playing a PSP game on an HD TV. And there's no basically way to account for like latency or anything like that, or to like calibrate your system and all that sort of stuff. So there's a multitude of reasons why like things did not go well.
I can think of another reason.
Yes.
Also, while you're playing, the like note path moves.
Oh yes, it'll go like vertical, and then like it'll tilt, and then it'll tilt the other way, and then it keeps moving constantly.
And so that was a little confusing for me because I'm not used to things moving like that. I was like, "Oh God, I don't know what to do."
Yeah. I mean, if we kept playing, we could have unlocked a third difficulty level.
What?
That's apparently a thing.
No. No. I pretty reliably stuck with Yui. Partially because I've decided she's my favorite.
And she basically usually has like the lowest difficulty on the songs. For the most part, some songs she has like higher or kind of the same as everyone else, but for the most part she is like the most like straightforward out of everyone. And yeah, you played a bunch of songs.
I did. And I played a bunch of songs that like I didn't know that Mugi Aritsu ever sang.
Yeah, there's a lot of basically like solo songs.
New girl, ponytails.
Azusa,
yes. I didn't know she sang either.
Yeah. So a lot of this game is basically like, here's a few songs from the show. Here's a lot of our character image songs that we put out to make some money off of this anime, because it's a music anime. We gotta make money and have everyone who do their own songs.
So I was a little shocked by that, but then like we got to do some songs that I did know, and like Fuwa Fuwa Time makes me want to murder somebody now.
Fuwa Fuwa Time is like such a just FU like right off the bat, because like for the most part you're getting through the early songs pretty fine, and then you get the Fuwa Fuwa Time and you're like, oh yeah, I like this song. This is a song from the anime. I want to play this, and it just whoops your ass every time.
Every time. If you get even like remotely off, you're screwed. Like you have to really be on it or you are just done.
Yeah.
And I played that song so much and I finally got through it. And I remember like getting to the end part where they're doing like the Fuwa Fuwa part, and we're like, am I gonna get through it or not? And I did. I successfully got through it.
You did.
Although one thing that was bad about this is that the menus were in Japanese, so we accidentally deleted everything and then had to start.
Yeah, somehow we deleted our save. I don't know how.
I don't know either. I think what happened is that like there's a like new game or continue game or something.
Yeah, and we just goofed.
I think we goofed, but yeah, we saved over our file, so we had to redo everything. So at that point, I was like, nope, you're playing this. Have fun with Fuwa Fuwa Time.
I got this.
I wasn't doing Fuwa Fuwa again.
Yeah, I don't blame you. So yeah, like we said, there's a lot of like just solo songs. There's apparently B-sides for the opening and ending that are in here. There's a specific song for this game.
Really? Which one?
It's called Let's Go. It's the one where they just go, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. And then there's songs from the actual series, like My Love is a Stapler,
Yes.
Fuwa Fuwa Time,
Fuwa Fuwa Time.
Fuda Ball Pen, or what is the English of this? Something ball pen. Hey.
Hey.
I know it because I said it to you and you were like, what?
Yeah, I remember that you said it, and I was very confused.
Oh yes, calligraphy pen, ballpoint pen.
Oh, yep. Sure thing.
Also on here, curry then rice.
What?
That's a song
Okay.
that they perform in the series. And then the opening and ending, Kageyake Girls and Don't Say Lazy.
I was so waiting for Don't Say Lazy to show up.
Because I kept teasing you, like, oh man, you were real close. There's these 2 songs that are left, and also I was wrong. But I was like, oh, you could unlock these 2 songs that you know.
Man.
But they do like a pretty good job of like kind of trying to like recreate the openings and the endings.
That was something that was really cool, is that they actually like tried to recreate them, which they had to do some weird fandangling because Azusa was there.
Yeah, because it's like if you watch K-On! Or if you're watching along with us as we do our podcast,
you should if you're not.
Yes, exactly. Azusa doesn't show up until like midway through season 1, and they basically shoehorn her into the opening by like, if you pay attention, like before she shows up, there's like a big gap in between like Yui and Mio, and she just shows up in there, but like they don't like add her like really anywhere else.
Nope.
But this kind of like
makes that obvious.
Yeah, like it basically like compensates for that, to where it's like this would be like the actual season 1 opening if like they actually had her together with them.
Yeah.
Don't Say Lazy is kind of the same thing, although they do like parts of Don't Say Lazy in another song, which was real weird.
Yep.
So like I don't know why they did that when they have the actual song in the game.
I don't know. They did the part with like their names.
Yeah.
In a different song, which was very, very bizarre.
Yeah, I don't.
But they did do the thing with Mio's eyebrows. So
they did. It's real good.
That was really good. I was kind of shocked that they could pull that off on like PSP models.
Yeah.
Like they did some really cool stuff. The eyes were creepy.
They kept shaking.
The eyes were shaking all the time, and it was really creeping me out. I don't know what was going on with that. Like, anytime Yui was just standing there, her eyes were just like wobbly. And I'm like, Yui, please. Which there is like this cute like lobby area where you're in the club room.
Yeah.
And you have the little chibi versions of them that all have the same idol animation.
Yes. They're just like all T-posing and just wobbling back and forth.
But you can like decorate the club room, which is cool if you are talented and actually unlock stuff, unlike me.
Yeah, you just get like a bunch of like weird stuff in there. Like you can put a poster of Yui up there. You can just like put like a freaking
which we did,
of course. You can put like band instrument stuff. You can put like just like a cabinet.
Like a teddy bear or something up. I forgot. It was like a big stuffed animal of something.
Yes.
We put that up, and like we were like, ooey, put all this stuff in there.
Because she was there, and like, here you go, ooey. You get to do the thing.
Yay. It was fun. It was just a wild game. Like I was not. What was that?
That was my phone.
Whoa! It echoed. I was not expecting this game to be so hard, but it was cute, and I enjoyed watching you play it.
Which I luckily have had experience playing this game, so can get through it a little bit easier.
You had to compensate for the issues.
But yeah, it's
I did okay to an extent.
You did really well.
Points, and then I was like, nope, never mind. I can't do this anymore. I'm terrible at this. And there are costumes.
There's a lot of costumes.
I don't know if the Don't Say Lazy ones are in there, but I hope that they are.
I don't know either.
They should be, because they're pretty.
It wouldn't like I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if they were in there, because it would make sense.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of other just like random costumes from the series that are in the
Like the maid outfits
in the game, and then like the weird animal costumes are in there.
The weird animal costumes, yay!
So like I feel like it would make sense if like or like those costumes were in there, but like I don't know for sure.
I was trying to see if I could find a picture of it, but I don't see anything. There was also like one part of the game where they do like the slow walk, which was hilarious. They're like slow walking at the screen. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I was like, what is happening here? Why are they doing this? This person just did them all in the maid outfits. And this person did them in school uniforms.
Don't worry, someone did a Google Doc 8 years ago that tells you how to unlock all the costumes. I'm sure that's totally still up and working.
Oh my god.
Let's check.
That's amazing.
Wow, it actually is.
Wow.
Wow.
Good job, person.
That is actually very surprising. It's got all the accessories. You can get a horror novel, a sad novel, a photograph. Look at this photograph.
Get out.
Every time I do, it makes me laugh.
Wow, I cannot believe you.
It's got all the events translated.
Wow.
This is not costumes.
Those are not costumes. No, you are correct.
It's a lot of events. There we go. All the hairstyles, like normal, Fuwa Fuwa time, arrange. Costumes, school uniform, jersey, school uniform summer use, summer A, summer B, casual, winter, coat style, active, Sumugi's part-time uniform, waitress, Chinese clothes, nurse outfit, gothic costume, Fuwa Fuwa time costume, yukata dress, animal costume, school swimsuit, hooded winter clothes, Santa Claus, maid uniform, swimming suit. I don't think the Don't Say Lazy outfits are in the game.
Wow, that's really upsetting.
That is a bummer.
Yikes. I mean, I can't exactly blame them considering that it was a PSP game, but also I can blame them because it was.
You want those.
I want them.
Those costumes.
But yeah, it was a fun game, but I had a lot more fun watching you play it. And the thing that was really wild about this is that like everybody had different buttons that you press depending on like what instrument you're playing. I was not expecting that.
So like UE is like
circle
and X.
I think so.
And then the corresponding directions that Mio is
the D-pad.
The D-pad. Ritsu is the D-pad and triangle. Mugi is D-pad and shapes. And then Azusa also has like different combination of buttons. So yeah, that's it's not because you kind of expect like everyone to kind of play it similarly, but they go out of their way to make everyone kind of feel different as well.
Yeah.
And then also like once you get into the harder difficulties, they like because usually for like double buttons, it'll be like you'll be pressing. Let's say I'm gonna hold my controller here. If you had like a circle press and a D-pad, it would be circle and right because like those are very similar to each other, right?
Yep.
When you get to the harder difficulties, that's when they start like flipping it up. Like, oh, you're gonna hit down in a circle and X and right, and it's like, oh, my brain, I've been trained to do this one way, and now I cannot do it.
No.
Oh no.
No.
I've never seen that like third difficulty option, so I don't know like what kind of crazy shenanigans they get up into that. So probably harder.
Big pass.
You miss one note in Fuwa Fuwa time, and it just the game just explodes.
It sounds about right, honestly. God. I mean, that definitely sounds right.
Yeah. So that is I believe that's basically it.
The only other thing that I want to say, and that is not something that we had happen while you were here, but I learned today that there was a figure skater who figure skated dressed as Josuke.
Mm-hmm.
And that was rad.
He did the Josuke pose at the end, and I was like, "Good job, good job, buddy."
I was waiting for that. I was like, he has to pose. He has to pose. And I was nailed it. And he like did a part where he like did the hands over the hair. I'm like, yeah, buddy, you know what's up. I was very happy.
It's interesting to see like the figure skating sport become like more animeized.
Yeah, because there was a Sailor Moon one too.
Yeah, there's the Russian skater who did a Sailor Moon performance set to Moonlight Densetsu.
Yeah,
it's kind of interesting just to see like I'm surprised that hasn't become like more of a thing, especially if like it's been like a couple years now since Yuri on Ice was a thing. So and that was like really popular with like the figure skating community in general, mostly because like it's a figure skating anime. So
right.
But I'm kind of surprised there hasn't been like more of this in the subsequent years. But like, hey, it's cool that it's actually still happening. Also, Pac-Man was on the boards.
Yeah, but also like I'm a pleb, and so I know nothing about figure skating, but I was super impressed because one, he had like the flowing Josuke coat, so that was like a technique that he had to deal with. Is like this big ass coat, and two, he took it off and put it back on.
Yeah, that was I was like, whoa.
I'm like, oh shoot, buddy, like that's tough. I was really impressed. Had the breakdown going on in the song, so it was awesome.
It's
but
cool.
Again, nothing related to actually playing video games with you, but I saw that and just wanted to say like that was cool and that made me happy.
While we're on this subject, can I talk about a game I've been playing recently that is not something we've been playing?
But is it JoJo?
No.
Oh.
What JoJo game do you think I'd be playing?
I don't know, but we were talking about JoJo.
I know, true. This is a game that like obviously we're not going to talk about at any other point most likely, but I've been playing Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. It's the new From Software game. I know it's not a game I'm gonna ever try to convince you to play because you will not play it, but nope. It's been really fun playing that game. Definitely it feels a lot more like a Bloodborne than a Dark Souls in the way in terms of like how fast it is, how like the movement in it, and it's very interesting like some of the things that they've like basically changed from those games and put into this like you can actually pause in this game and that's like a complete game changer. It's wild. And a lot of this game is more focused on like movement and like being like and parrying, which is not really something you really focus on in those other games. But it's been a lot of fun. It's still a very challenging game because it's a From Software game, so of course it is. But it's got a lot of the elements I liked in Bloodborne that I like, and doesn't have a lot of the stuff that I don't necessarily like in Dark Souls. So like that's a definite plus as well. And it's also interesting because like I don't think I'm that far into it. I've defeated like a few bosses and quite a few mini bosses, but compared to those other games, this is way more grounded and like with like actual people and characters like that. It's not like just all these fantastical weird creatures. So you're not fighting like giant skeletons currently. So you're fighting like just a bunch of like just dudes, which is interesting. Even though I fought a giant bull.
What?
A giant bull, like the animal. I fought one. A giant bull. Yes, not like a not like a piece of pottery or anything.
I thought you said a bowl, and I'm like, how does that work? How do you fight a bowl?
I fought a bowl.
A bowl that you put cereal
in?
Like, how are you fighting that?
Not some prehistoric bowl that has been made from the mounds.
And it's evil and wants to attack you.
So I fought a giant bull. There's giant chickens that you can fight that are just hanging out. There's this one boss that I've run into who just has a bunch of spirits that he like shoots at you, and it's real weird. So there's like a bunch of like there is some supernatural stuff, but like for the actual like story, it's mostly like, hey, you're a ninja and you got to protect your lord, and you got to go do that. Also, your arm gets chopped off, so you get like a cool prosthetic arm that you can like use as like a hook shot to like shoot around everywhere, and like it increases like the mobility of like going around places, and it's really really cool. Also, you can upgrade it to make it like different weapons. So like like you can have like shurikens, you can have like it be like a tiny knife, it could be an axe, it can be a flamethrower, it can be a firecrackers.
So this is like Devil Trigger.
Kind of.
Because you can also use that to zip around, and it also can be different types of weapons.
Yeah.
And also, you lost your arm.
It's true. The interesting thing is that like since it's a game set in Japan, like the game like kind of like pushes you towards playing with the Japanese dub, which is actually interesting because like it defaults to that. But it has an English dub, and the English dub is actually perfectly fine. It was very interesting though that like the narrator and the character that like cuts your arm off is the same voice actor for Kira.
Well,
and he cuts your arm off, and I was like, oh, okay. And he uses that voice in like the narration at the very beginning. I was like, oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
But yeah, like it's been a lot of fun. Like it's obviously it's one of those games, so like you kind of know what you're getting into if you're gonna get into that. But like I've been having a lot of fun, even though there's been times I've just been hitting brick walls. But like I'm stuck on a boss right now that like I've been trying to like kind of wrap my head around for like the last 2 days. But like compared to where I was at the very beginning to where I am now, I have like a completely like different set of like strategies that I've been trying to implement, and like it's just trying to get my head wrapped around to like, okay, like getting from phase 1 to phase 2 I can do pretty regularly. When I get into phase 2, like it has like kind of like a pretty decent insta kill move, and it's like it's basically me trying to like have to like think and be like, okay, you can just like calm down, you don't have to rush through this. And I think that's the thing that's really messing with me, is that I'm just like rushing, trying to get this done. And I have to really like think like, okay, I need to calm down, like take time. I know how to like avoid these attacks now because I've, looked up some stuff, like learned some things, and basically just like it's now a matter of just like executing. And that's one of the things I really like about like this game, and like in Bloodborne in particular, is that puzzle element of just like figuring out the right strategy and then, throwing it out of the wall a couple of times, see if it works. And then finally, once you figure out, okay, this is what I need to do. And then basically making yourself better in terms of being able to execute it. And then like, once you finally do it, it's such like a huge, like, oh man, this is so great. And this is one of the few games that I feel like I actually like get that kind of feeling from. So I'm glad that like this game in particular is doing that as well. But it's also still very hard. So,
yuck.
But you get to be a cool ninja and a sword.
I have 2 things that have nothing to do with this to say.
Before you get into that,
but you continue.
This is also a stealth game, by the way.
What?
Yeah, it has stealth elements.
Ew.
Which is wild. But yeah, go ahead.
Oh, one, I was going to say, Trails of Cold Steel came out on the PS4 today, and everybody should buy it.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's not $60; it's $40, so it's kind of cheap. So you should definitely get it.
I think it's $50.
It's $40 on digital.
Oh, okay. Regardless, people should buy it because it's really good. It's really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have a save file, you can transfer it in, and you get bonus goodies, and it's awesome. And I'm trying very hard not to replay it.
You have to beat 2.
I have to beat 2. I'm almost to the point where I beat 2. And 2 is also really good, but like play 1, guys. It's out now, and it's out in an accessible way.
And then I think 2's coming out like next month or in May. So like
May.
So like basically you have time to finish 1 and then go right into 2, and then you'll be ready for when 3 comes out later in the year.
Yeah, and also like your save stuff from 1 transfers into 2, so that's cool too. Definitely, I want people to play this game.
It's a very good game. Yeah,
we did an episode about
play it, and then go listen to our episode about that series or that game where we are very high on that game.
Yeah.
And then in the meantime, when you're waiting for 3, go play Tokyo Xanadu.
Yes, facts. The other thing that is just hilarious, and I think I'm delirious because I'm sick, is I had a meeting with somebody today, and they were saying something to me, and they said, "Devil May Care," and my brain went to Devil May Cry, and then that scene where it's like, Devils May Cry. Say Devil May Cry one more time. Devil May Cry. So I was trying not to like crack up in the middle of my meeting because Devil May Care went to Devil May Cry.
Perfect.
Yep, this is what happens to me at work and where my brain goes.
When you're sick.
I think it would have happened anyway.
Oh, totally.
I think that I'm telling this story because I'm delirious, but I think that meeting, that would have happened anyway because that's just who I am as a person.
I believe it.
Yeah, so I was like snickering, like, oh man, don't let them see you laughing, because then like they'll think you're laughing at them and you're not laughing at them. So, yeah, that's that happened today. Buy Trails of Cold Steel on the PS4. Oh, I can't say that. Delete that.
Nothing is going to happen. Nope. No siree.
Nothing is going to happen. Just delete all that. You can cut it out. You have the technology.
I do.
Yeah, because that would be illegal, and we don't do illegal things on the SAC OVA.
No, never.
We
Never, ever.
are upstanding citizens who are not going to play Trails of Cold Steel today because they have to play Trails of Cold Steel 2 today, and also sleep because sick.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think that means we're going to wrap this episode up.
Yes. We did the thing.
We talked
about lots of games.
We talked about a lot of games. We did.
Thank you, Grab Bag. Can you imagine the title of this episode? It's going to be wild.
Not going to fit everything in it.
Nope.
So if you'd like more from us, go to seasonalcheckup.com or sec.cool, where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts like Seasonal Checkup and Jared and Now Watch, which we mentioned in this podcast.
Keon.
You can also find columns and reviews on the site as well. If you'd like more from Anne Ladyem, go to AnneLadyem.com. She's got columns and reviews. And tell her that she should feel better.
Thank you. You should probably tell me that on Twitter as opposed to my blog.
Yes, that's true.
At
Anne Ladyem.
At Anne Ladyem, yes, that's me.
Which hopefully by Saturday you are feeling better.
If I'm not feeling better, just like, I don't know, put me out of my misery.
You can also follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/animecheckup.
I like that you just ignored that.
No, I had to think like, okay, what do I say next? That's what I was doing. Twitter, yeah, that's the Twitter. And then
talk to us on Twitter.
And you can follow us on Patreon, patreon.com/SICOVA. You can support our fun podcast.
Yes.
Next week we will have something for you.
Yeah.
We still have a bunch of stuff we can talk about, so we will do that.
I'm sorry that I sound like butts. I didn't realize how terrible I sounded until you did an audio test.
And you're like, oh, no.
I apologize profusely for sounding terrible.
So there you go. Next week we'll do something, and hopefully I will be better.
Yay.